Last one is the pursuit and capture. Teaches you how to pursue and capture an enemy ship and how to repair our own ship. So let's get into it. Right, here we are. First thing it wants us to do is to change our left broadside, also known as port broadside, to change that. So by clicking 1 we bring up the port broadside, and by pressing 2 we select our change arc. Now it wants us to do the same for our starboard broadside, and now it wants us to aim the sails at the enemy ship and get him below 60%. Now our dispersion is kinda iffy on this tutorial ship, so we'll probably take a bit of time. I'll speed up the sailing and gunnery here, and I'll slow it back down once we reach 60% of the enemy sail. There we go, below 60%. Just fire the last change ups, and now it wants us to turn the other broadside into ball ammunition. And now it wants us to destroy enemy planking on on any of the sides, and keep it at 15% of it left, so we don't completely sink him by destroying his planking. I'm gonna go down to battle sails, and I'm gonna come around. Just have him come up a bit closer, and I'll keep firing until he's down to 15% as the tutorial wants me to, and I'll speed up the video as we do. Oh, here we are, down to 15%. Now it wants us to change the port side guns to grape, starboard side to grape as well, and we want to sail alongside, shooting grape shot at the enemy deck and destroying 30% of enemy crew, which is 14 sailors. Yeah, I know what it sounded like. Have a laugh. 12. And you'll also notice that in one side I gave him what's called a crew shock. By reducing a heavy amount of crew in one broadside, it will give him crew shock, so he can't really use his crew properly for 30 seconds. Great way to disable an enemy before a boarding or stuff like that. Now we still need to do a few more. One. Still need one more. You'll notice the more crew you actually remove, the harder it becomes to inflict damage by grape shot. Makes kind of sense. The less crew there are, the less likely they are to be hit. Yeah. There we are. So now he wants us to prepare for boarding. We do that by pressing 9 and wait for the boarding preparation to indicate 50. That's the new icon that just popped up down in the bottom, and you'll see right now the numbers are red. As soon as they pass 50, that's your preparation increased, and that will they will turn white and mean that you can actually board. Well, looks like he's trying to move. I want to stay close to the enemy ship and slow him down, and must be below 3.5, both his and your ship, that is. So we'll just get closer to him. And you'll see there's now an icon saying boarding possible by pressing G. Oh, we just lost the range. Oh, actually we just gained too much speed. I'm just going to come in a bit closer. And pressing G, we'll start pulling him in towards us. It's now being pulled. No? It's not. Slow down a bit. There we go, pulling. That will pull the enemy ship in next to you, and you'll notice we're still moving. If I move the window, we are slightly moving around, but it has brought up the boarding. I'll give you some commands to do. I'll tell you something about the commands. So, firing deck guns is mostly effective by against the defense command. So he wants us to fire deck guns. Press deck guns before this counter turns to 0. You have 15 seconds for each round of boarding. Now it wants us to do a musket volley, which is more effective against defend. And while we're doing so, I'll tell you a last command, how much kills from firing, from boarding, and other kills. So in the first round, our deck guns killed 9, musket volley killed 2, and now it wants us to do the attack command. You'll also notice that each command has a certain time it takes to prepare to do. And yay. So before we press escape to end the boarding commands, just to explain the window quickly. Top left of this window you have your crew, your morale, your amount of preparations, the amount of marines, muskets and firepower you have. And these numbers will change as you change commands. The other one is the enemy. You'll see his name, in this case tutorial 4 is the name. His amount of crew, morale and preparation, and to win a boarding you need to force his morale down to 0. His amount of marines, musket, his firepower with that certain command, and his melee strength with that command. And you'll also notice you can see what kind of commands you've used down the line and the effect of them. The FK means firing kills, the BK means boarding kills, and the OK is other kills. Like if you're firing your guns or another enemy is firing at it at the same time, you could inflict kills in this area. The left hand side is what you inflict, the left hand side is what the enemy inflicts, and down the bottom is the total amount. So we killed 13 and he's killed 3 of ours. And on the side you have your commands to give, and there's an eye icon. If you hover over it, you can see what the different command does, how much preparation it costs, what the reload times is, and stuff like that. The brace is basically a crew hiding below deck and avoiding fire. It's good to mitigate fire from it, or mitigate damage from any fire, but it's gonna be very hard if the enemy decides to attack because you're not prepared. Defend is good against attacks or counter-attack commands, but is slightly weaker against like firing commands. Attack takes some time to set up, effective against death fire commands. An enemy will surrender if you attack when the crew morale is 0. Musket fire is effective against the defend command. Damage depends on the quality of muskets and the amount. Deck gun is effective against the defend command, and again it depends on what kind of guns you have and deck height between ships. Firing grenades, more effective against defend again, and depend on the quality of grenades you have. The last one is disengage, costs 45 prepare, and it'll take 4 turns to allow you to actually cut the roads and get out of the boarding action should you be facing a stronger enemy. So that's the basics of each of the commands. So for now, pressing escape. Now if you have won the boarding, let's inspect the enemy ship. You'll notice down the bottom there's now a yellow X icon, and if you press X it'll inspect the ship and its hold. And you see here, left hand side again, your brig and your crew, the other one, what we have in our hold and what he has in our hold. The stolen goods is too heavy for us to load. You see if I try to transfer, it will now overload our ship and we will be unable to move in open world. So instead what it wants us to do is actually to switch to the enemy ship to take its cargo. So what we can do is transfer crew from our own ship. You'll see the numbers change. We'll just move up to 60 and click the change ship button, and it will move us over to having command of the trade brig instead of the brig. And we can drag and drop crew as it explained. Yada yada yada. Transfer crew and click confirm. Boop. Now it wants us to repair our sails. So by pressing 5, if you want to repair our sails, maybe we should take our repairs with us. That might be a good idea. Confirm. Now pressing 5 brings up the repair menu down here, and pressing 2 will initiate a rig repair. Hull and sail repairs can only be done at the same counts as being done at the same, so you must choose whether repairing rig or repairing hull, and it can only be done, as it says, every 12 minutes. You can get better speed at it in game. Now it wants us to repair, and at the same time it wants us to reach the objective circle. So it's right there. We just set a slow or half speed ahead. It will slowly repair our sails and we will be moving forward into the circle. And as I do, I'll just have a sip of coffee. Almost there. Start to slow down. There we go. We're inside the circle. Pursuit and capture tutorial complete. So that's just their basics tutorial on how to slow down an enemy ship, how to reduce its crew, get in there, and how to perform a boarding. So that's all our basic tutorials done. all the in-game one, and in the next one we'll be covering the exams, and I'll either do those as a single video or maybe split them into separate sections. But for now, that was how to create your character when you select servers. It was how to find your tutorials in the main menu, and how to do each of the main tutorial. First up the gunnery, then sailing, then special maneuvers and pursuit. Simply just aim to give you a quick overview of your basic mechanics in game. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment down below with any with comments. Basically, if you liked it, what you felt was missing, stuff like that. Please let me know. It's the only way for me to improve. And again, if you liked it, give it a like, subscribe to the channel for more content coming up, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe.